What's good, people of YouTube? My name is Quintero. I'm a barber here in California, and I'm currently under an apprentice program here in California. First and foremost, this is my first YouTube video. I feel like the first one should just be about my journey, and then also if you guys have questions about apprenticeship. Let me talk about my story, advice on what I would do, things I would do before starting cutting hair, and also the changes in the apprentice program, and then also towards the end, just what this channel is going to consist of and the journey and my goals for this channel to bring you along with me. First and foremost, I'm going to start where it all began, and it's right here in this chair, in this garage. This is my house. Started cutting hair here last August. The reason why I started cutting hair was actually randomly. It was 2025 March, and my brother hit me up while I was at work, and I worked another job, after school program job, and he kind of texted me and said, would you buzz my hair? And I immediately said yes. Yes, let's do it. Mind you, I've never held a clipper in my hand. I've never cut someone's hair. I've never done anything like that. But I was like, yeah, why not? Like, let's do it. And I went home that day and I buzzed his head, and I think I tried like a small taper. Wasn't really anything special, just kind of fun to do. Because when are you ever gonna get the opportunity and then someone's gonna ask you to cut their hair knowing that you had no experience cutting hair? And so I did that, and then I researched actually a lot, because when I was cutting his hair, I actually kind of liked it. I was like, whoa, like this is kind of cool. And I searched the videos, and we still laugh about it to this day, where I literally put a video on how to do a taper in front of him. Like literally, we're both watching it, both first time ever watching a video like that. And yeah, you can just imagine your barber watching a video on how to cut hair while he's cutting hair. It's kind of he has no faith in the kid. But from then on, I kind of was like, well, I want to learn how to fade. I want to learn how to cut hair, just to learn how to cut hair. Not even being a barber, not even earning money from it, but just learning a new skill that I kind of enjoyed at the time. I cut his hair for a little bit, and like I did it like one more time. It came out trash, but I didn't really consider it as much. I was kind of, I'm just gonna just do it here and there. We went to a trip for my birthday in July, and I came back at the end of July in August, and I was kind of like, yeah, like I researched a lot out there and what the potential barbers can do. And I came back being like ambitious to do this, because I just stopped doing college football, JUCO football. Now I needed something to pick up while I'm making my 9 to 5, and I don't want to work at 9 to 5. I also didn't want to go to school, so I picked that up. I fell in love with it. I messed my brothers up, my dad up for a minute here, but I kept going, and I kept watching videos over and over and over again until I got this right. 'Cause at this point, it wasn't about nothing besides being trash to being good. Just making sure I get a good fade in. I want to just at least start something and finish it with at least a good fade, you know? I was here, I started officially like committed to it in August 2025. So now I'm cutting for about 10 months, about to be 11 months. So I'm not really even a full year into cutting hair. And I just started cutting everybody that I could. I would post all my cuts, trash, good, decent, all of them. I just post them on my close friends at first. And slowly people started to come here in the garage late at night after work, in the mornings. And I would just keep applying myself over and over again until I could. I just learned more and more. October, I started researching about apprenticeship and trying to get in a license, trying to get in a shop. Cause I knew obviously that was the first goal, was to get in a shop. I had a director hit me up since October, September, trying to get me in. But the only research I had was that you're gonna be a barber as an apprentice. You're gonna be in a shop cutting hair, and you're basically a barber. So I knew that, and I knew I was gonna get a shop, so I knew that I need to get I need to be comfortable behind the chair. Not good, not great, but at least comfortable. If anyone walks in, I can comfortably cut their hair. I waited for a minute, put my head down and worked here as many cuts as I could, because I was only cutting around like 1 to 2 heads a week. Maybe a good week would be like 4 cuts a week. Watch videos all day, every day, and not until December, I actually like, you know what, it's time to actually get in a shop, because that's where you're gonna learn. I got my orientation date for February. The one thing about apprenticeship, you needed a shop before, which I didn't know, because my director told me, hey, don't worry about a shop, don't worry about a trainer. You need a trainer, but I'll get it to you. Like I'll get you one. And so I got an orientation group in February, and in my group, I was the only one that didn't have a trainer. And I was kind of like, damn. So I kind of needed a trainer like this, and my trainer, actual shop owner, walked in the same day. He came in to come visit, talk to people there. He kind of left his information, get a little speech, and I called him immediately. We went on a break for our orientation group. Called him up immediately. Yo, I need a shop like now, because then they needed a shop within a week, or they'll drop you from the orientation group. Called him up. He said, "Bet, come check us out. During when you're done with that, come check us out." He told me I needed to do interview, which your interview was you bring a model, he wants to see me cut. And I was, how I get myself in this position all of a sudden. But I was like, all right, bet. So that same night, the next day, I lined it up and was like, yo, I'll come in like tomorrow with a model. I took my brother. I mean, I started with my brother, might as well, you know, keep going with my brother. And yeah, I took my brother the next day. I did an interview after our second day of orientation, and he enjoyed it. He liked it. He said, yeah, let's do it. That's how I got into my first shop, and I'm still at that first shop. Yeah, that was a trip because it was just random. It was just kind of lined up on itself. I did go beforehand to go ask for, I went to one barbershop before that, and then this barbershop near me, they didn't get back to me at all. And then from there, I just started posting more and more. And so when I went to my other shop, this shop that I'm at, I would have some type of content or some type of portfolio to show them. That's kind of my story. So I've been cutting for about 10 months, and I'm like officially 2 months in of my apprenticeship. Some advice for apprenticeships, if you're considering it, is that you're gonna be a barber. Like once you get this license and once you get in a shop, you're technically a barber. And I kind of knew that from the jump, so I prolonged the apprenticeship as much as I can because I didn't start cutting hair. If you started cutting hair already, if you're already like comfortable, you're already giving tapers and fades and all that stuff, then get in it, you know what I'm saying? I learned from zero. I was at zero. So I had to make sure I waited until I was comfortable even giving a cut. My experience in a barbershop, it improved me so quick. In the past like 3 months, I've learned much more than I learned in like the past 6 months, you know? I went from being like super like nervous to cutting hair. Like whenever a new client would come in, I'll be like hella nervous, but just being in a shop and getting reps over and over again helped me more than any video that's ever helped me, honestly. If it were me and I were to do it again, mess up now, like mess up wherever you're at. In the garage, if you're cutting at your crib, like just mess up now. Like that's what I would do to my brothers, my dad. I would just try new things and like try my best to just get better now and do your mistakes in your house than in a shop. Because yeah, I be hearing stories like other apprenticeships, they haven't started, you know, they had no experience before getting to apprenticeship, and now that they're in the shop, it's like they have no experience. They can't even take a walk in, which is like, it sucks because you're trying to make money for your owner as well because they're putting down so much for you. And that's another thing, like representing any shop you're at too. So any cut that walks out of the shop, whether it's from you, another barber, it's still that shop and it affects everybody in there. So that's the main advice I give. One big change that's happened now that's very, very important in California was the pay stubs, the payroll. I don't know what happened with the state board, but technically every apprentice should be on a payroll. Whether that was happening or not, they were supposed to be on it, and now they're enforcing that rule. So it was starting last November. So when we were trying to get in, it was a freaking whole mess because it was so hard to be an apprentice now. You have to show up to a shop, an owner, and tell them you're trying to cut their shop, but they need to be paying you by hourly, which is insane. For every owner, every apprentice, every barber, that's insane to be heard of because all we know is booth rent and commission. From my experience is that I'm getting paid minimum wage right now, and I'm taking home all my tips, which on paper, that's what every apprentice should be doing. And that's just a hurdle that me and my owner had to figure out because it's just tough on the owner. For apprenticeships, it's not bad because if you don't have clientele, it's good for us. You know, you're still gonna get paid out for the week. You're still gonna get a good sum of money. Regardless if you cut any hair that week or not, you're gonna get money, which on the owner, he's kind of losing. But at the same time, if you're doing good, have your clientele, you're not really getting paid for what you're doing as well. So it's just sucky on both ends. That's another thing to consider as an apprentice. That's what you're gonna go through. You're gonna have to go through all the workers' comp. You're at the show workers' comp. You're at the show payroll monthly. And that in itself is a headache when starting. Because it's like you will have no experience. You're gonna go into a shop and try to ask for all this stuff as well. So that's another reason why I would make sure that you know how to cut hair at least comfortably before you enter a shop, because you're gonna be asking for a lot. Just be mindful about that. But one positive is that apprenticeship is cheap. You learn more than what you do in barber school. Yeah, I took apprenticeship because it's cheaper. You learn more, and you might actually just build a whole clientele before you even get your license. So when you do get your license, you're ready to go. And barber school, yeah, you finish in 6 months, but you know, if we start at the same time in 6 months, I might build a clientele, learn more, be better at cutting hair than you just have your license. I mean, whichever you value more. My priority is cutting hair and building clientele. My priority is not really the license as much as California wants it to be. As the things to consider, is cheaper. Yeah, you do take longer, but you're gonna build a lot more clientele, and you're gonna have way more experience than anyone coming out of barber school, unless they were working at the shop too. You only go to school once a week for apprenticeship, which is better than going 5 days a week, 8 hours, not getting paid. If you're in barber school I would advise you to get in a shop at least, you know, a few months before your license exam, and so you can get some experience. Advice for starting to cut hair, the main advice I can give you is just keep doing it. Things that helped me the most was watching a bunch of YouTube videos. What I will recommend is you just study the game, study every YouTube video, get all YouTubers, how they cut, scissor work, all they cut, because everyone has a different perspective. And my advice is just taking them and applying them immediately. As soon as you start applying different things, you're just gonna understand cutting. Just stick to applying it and learning from it, and that's literally how you get better. Like, the more you do something, the better you get at it, and that's all about cutting hair. Even clients that I've been cutting since I started, I still even think about their hair and like, what could I do better? Next thing I do this time, that's gonna make it even better. And that's how you get more confident in your cuts as well. Like, just cutting the same person over and over again and getting better at that one hair, because that one hair is gonna solve hundreds of hair. You know, people that have the same exact hair. The videos I was watching was obviously Drake Clipper Hands, 360 Jay-Z for coarse hair. I would also recommend Nevin the Barber. He was really good. His fading method is the one I kind of still use. I kind of tweaked it myself, but his fading method was the easiest to understand. And Drake Clipper Hands as well. His hybrid method of going up and then coming down. Those both are really good. Last thing is about this channel, what my goals are for this channel. I really don't have an end goal right now. I just want to grow. My main goal right now is to get great at cutting hair, document my journey, whether that be becoming a shop owner, becoming an educator, becoming a YouTube barber, becoming a celebrity barber, whatever the case may be. Whatever happens is going to be on this channel, and I want y'all to see the journey, see the growth, and inspire y'all to continue either your barber journey or whatever journey you have. My main goal with the channel is just to have it mainly barbering, but also lifestyle, like what the potential barber can bring to you. If you ever thought about it, if you ever are interested about it, this is a channel to look at, basically. I will be doing some tutorials on cutting hair. This channel is going to focus a lot on personal brand building and the journey of that, of creating a personal brand. Yeah, that's the state I'm in now. I'm not booked right now. You know, there's weekends where I don't even have one appointment. There might be like one or two appointments, but that's a journey. You know, I'm very appreciative. Like, I'm just here. Like, I'm in a shop. That was my first goal, was to get in a shop, but I've done that. Now it's time to build a clientele, get great at cutting hair. Which, if I'm not booked, it means I'm not ready to be booked. And that's okay. Now I'm in the mindset where I need to get ready to be fully booked, and I'm learning how to do faster cuts, 30-minute cuts, going through systems where I can trust myself. Whenever anyone cuts in my chair, I can go through this one system and perfecting the system. I do see myself being booked barber by the end of this year. I'll update you guys every time I drop a video how booked I am, and it should be getting more booked as we go. That's basically what I can get off the top of my head. I wanted to make this video because, like I said, there wasn't much research. There wasn't much people that were actually living and breathing barbering, apprentice barbering, when I was researching barbering. So I hope to fulfill any questions that you have, fulfill any curiosities that you had. If you guys do have more curiosity, do have more questions, bro, feel free to leave a comment down below. If there's an overwhelming amount of questions that I didn't touch, or categories or topics that I didn't touch, then I might make another video about apprenticeship. But if not, if you have a simple question, you can leave it down in the comments. You can also hit my Instagram. It's at Abraham Quintero with 2 eyes. You guys can follow me there. Follow my TikTok as well, same name. And yeah, man, also subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna be posting videos consistently, for sure, once a month, maybe every other week, giving you guys as much quality as I can. Next video is definitely gonna be interesting one. I recently bought a $1,000 course, so if you guys are interested on courses, if you're even a barber that's not a beginner phase, but still in a phase where you want to start investing more. If you're curious to see what they consist of, this next video I'm going to drop is me going to a $1,000 course in Pomona. If you stayed this long, man, thank you so much for watching this first video. I'm very excited to bring y'all along with this journey that I'm pursuing. The main point about the channel is just to be more than just a barber, you know. It's more than cutting hair. You can build so much around this, so many things that you wouldn't ever think of, and I'm very optimistic about that. If you are considering this space, you're continuing cutting hair, man, good luck to you guys, good luck to your journey. And I would also suggest you guys to document everything with your camera, man. Document every single step. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end. Hope to see y'all next one, man, and have a good one.